Water is one of the most important resources on Earth, and rivers are vital to people because they provide fresh water for drinking, farming, and industry. However, managing the supply of water is a complex task, and water demand is increasing all the time. This is especially challenging in countries where water is scarce. In many countries, water companies are responsible for making sure people have enough water. They manage the supply of water by collecting, storing, and delivering it to homes and businesses. However, water companies also need to make sure they are protecting the environment while doing this. In places like the UK, the Environment Agency monitors water companies to ensure they are following the rules and not harming the environment. They track how much water is being used, make sure water is not wasted, and protect rivers and wildlife that depend on water. As populations grow and economies develop, the demand for water is growing rapidly. Water is needed for growing food for a larger population requires a lot of water, especially in hot, dry regions. Factories use water to make products like clothing, electronics, and cars. People use water for drinking, cooking, cleaning, and gardening. In MEDCs, more economically developed countries, the demand for water is increasing because more people are using modern conveniences like washing machines and dishwashers. At the same time, climate change is making water shortages worse in some areas. Many LEDs, less economically developed countries, face serious problems with water supply. In these countries, people may not have access to clean drinking water, which can lead to diseases. Droughts can make water even scarcer. Water sources can be contaminated by pollution from farming, industry, or lack of sanitation. To improve the water situation in LEDCs, countries can build wells and water pumps in rural areas to give people access to clean water closer to their homes. Create rainwater harvesting systems to collect and store rainwater for use during dry periods. Build dams to store water from rivers for use in times of shortage. Improve irrigation systems in agriculture to use water more efficiently. Now, let's take a look at the water situation in Egypt. Egypt is a country that heavily depends on the River Nile for its water supply. Almost all of Egypt's population lives near the river because the surrounding areas are desert. Egypt has struggled with water supply problems due to its dry climate and growing population. To help solve some of Egypt's water problems, the Aswan High Dam was built on the upper reaches of the Nile in the 1960s. The dam created Lake Nasser, one of the largest man-made lakes in the world, and it had several important effects. The Nile used to flood every year, which could damage crops and homes. The dam allows Egypt to control the flow of water. The water stored in Lake Nasser is used to irrigate water crops, helping farmers grow more food. The dam produces electricity, which powers homes and factories across Egypt. However, the Aswan Dam also has some problems. It traps nutrient-rich silt that would naturally fertilize farmland downstream, meaning farmers need to use more artificial fertilizers. The creation of Lake Nasser displaced many people and flooded valuable archaeological sites. The dam affects fishing and wildlife in the Nile. Water demand is growing as populations and industries expand, and managing water supply is critical. While water companies and agencies monitor water use in MEDCs, many LEDCs face serious water supply issues. Countries like Egypt have taken steps to improve their water situation, such as building the Aswan Dam, which provides water and electricity, but also has environmental impacts. Ensuring a reliable water supply for the future will require careful planning and sustainable solutions.